Welcome to History Clips. Today we're going to talk about the deadliest disease in human history over a short period of time, also known as the Black Death.
And how the Black Death, or Bubonic Plague, is going to start spreading across the world is it originates in China, and it will travel along something called the Silk Road, which was like a major highway that many traders would use to trade valuables and goods to other countries. Along with those valuables, the disease is going to spread too.
All right, I'll give you 19 then.
No. Come on, do it properly.
What?
Haggle properly. This isn't worth 19.
You just said it was worth 20.
Oh, dear. Come on, haggle.
All right, I'll give you 10.
That's more like it. 10? Are you trying to insult me? Me, with a poor dying grandmother? 10?
All right, I'll give you 11.
Now you're getting it. 11? Did I hear you right? 11? This cost me 12. You want to ruin me?
17?
No. 17.
18?
No. You get a 14 now.
All right, I'll give you 14.
14? Are you joking?
That's what you told me to say.
Oh, dear.
Oh, tell me what to say, please.
Offer me 14.
I'll give you 14.
He's offering me 14 for this.
15.
17. My last word. I won't take a penny less or strike me dead.
16.
Done.
So the question is, how does it get from China to Europe? Well, it works on the silk trade routes as we originally said, but you also have the Mongol armies are trying to take over as many of these cities on the silk trade routes because they can tax it. One major important city is Kaffa, which is located on the Black Sea. It was run by Italian merchants, but the Mongols wanted to take it over. The Mongols attack Kaffa. Their army starts dying off because of the Black Plague, and their leader decides, heck, let's just fling the bodies into their city, and maybe the people in the city will get sick. The people run away from the city, also on the silk trade routes, and spread the disease to actual Italy.
Hand up. No, hold on. Hand up. Hold
Now, the Black Death probably wouldn't have had as big of an impact in Europe if not for the fact that at this time in Europe, no one really practices safe sanitation. You have open sewage drains that are right next to their drinking water. The streets are pretty much a public restroom that people can use. People's homes' garbage dump are right next to where they're growing their crops. It's a breeding ground of disease.
How about we start with this?
Well, no, that's my pencil box. I need my pencil box.
Okay, we'll put that right here on the floor. Now, how about this? Broken toothbrush.
Well, it's good to have that because sometimes I really want to brush after lunch and
But it's broken.
Yeah, but it works perfectly fine.
Okay. Broken toothbrush is going right here by the pencil box. Now, how about this? Old sandwich in a baggie filled with maggots.
Yeah!
So due to all this uncleanliness, you have a situation where rats can build up their population really quick. They have unlimited amounts of food because of the trash next to regular food as well. And people in medieval Europe really didn't care about the rats. It was no big deal. Now, the rats have an immunity to the disease. However, it's in their blood. And when a flea bites the rat and then bites the human, then the person gets the disease.
Now, some early symptoms of being infected with the Black Death is you will have buboes begin to grow on your body. Buboes kind of look like pussy-filled bubbles underneath your skin. And then followed by that, you could begin coughing up some blood.
We meet again.
Excuse me, that woman back there is coughing and coughing. She's not covering her mouth.
I'm not her mother.
I know, it's the air. It's all recirculating. It feels like she's coughing right on.
To go along with the buboes and the coughing of blood, there's also this really high fever that hits people, which causes delirium in them.
Dale?
Yeah, hot!
need a shot, Shug.
Now, upon death, or very close to when you are going to die, your arms, your legs will begin to turn this sickly black color. Black spots, or sometimes the entire limb will be covered in just dead, decaying black skin. And that is where the disease will finally get its nickname, the Black Death.
He messed up, huh?
The hideousness of that foot will haunt my dreams forever.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. But the weird thing is, I got no feeling left in it, so you could like jump on it and it wouldn't hurt me. Go ahead, jump on it.
I would really rather not, sir.
Oh, please jump on my foot. No! Yeah, I didn't feel that. What else you got? Hey, get that fireplace poker right there and just whack my foot.
Do I absolutely have to?
It's gonna be fun. Just grab it. Go ahead, give it a whack. Nothing.
Really?
Isn't that sick? Didn't feel that. Isn't that awesome? Go ahead. Nothing. Yeah! I know you're starting to like it, aren't you? Chop that wood. Yeah, that's it.
There was also a lot of so-called cures for this disease, and one of them is known as bloodletting. Bloodletting was actually spread the disease even more because doctors were using unclean medical tools, and this is where they cut their skin to cause blood to come out. And kind of need your blood anyway, so it didn't really work.
Wait, this doesn't work as a cure?
No.
I gotta go see a doctor.
Now there's so many medicines. They got this prescription stuff that they advertise on TV, and I swear half the time the side effects are 50 times worse than what the medicine cures. Like, try new Floraflor for itchy, watery eyes. It's Floraflor. Side effects may include nausea, vomiting, water weight gain, lower back pain, receding hairline, eczema, seborrheic psoriasis, itching, chafing clothing, liver spots, blood clots, ringworm, excessive body odor, uneven tire wear, pyorrhea, gonorrhea, diarrhea. I'm watching it going, you know what? I'll just have itchy, watery eyes.
Another treatment that didn't work was called leeching, in which people would actually take those gross leeches and they would put them all over their limbs with a belief that the leeches would suck out the poisons that were inside their blood. This treatment is starting to see a resurgence among the hipster community.
Vern, there's something on your neck. Yeah, right. I'm not falling for that one a chance. No, Vern, there is something on your neck. It's a leech. Leech it!
Another treatment was to drink your own urine. Yummy!
This is a preferred treatment of Bear Grylls and the Survivor Man.
And the only thing I can do is to drink my own pee. And this is something I've never done before. And I'm expecting it to be pretty horrible. But I need to keep those fluids going in. Ugh.
One of the more effective treatments, probably because you weren't somehow hurting yourself or drinking disgusting urine, was to use herbal remedies. Herbs could have been found in many forests in Europe at this time, and these sometimes would work and sometimes do not. For the most part, medieval doctors just don't really understand medicine or the way herbs work.
Use essential oils to boost your immune system. I love using essential oils as alternative remedies for common ailments like colds and the flu, instead of using remedies that actually work. First sign of some sniffles, a little oregano oil rubbed on the bottoms of my feet clears things right up. That burns a little, and that's the sensation that it's working. That actually really burns. Do you know what second-degree burns look like?
There was also a lot of crazy events that happened during the Black Plague. One of them is in Rome, they actually run out of space to bury the bodies, so they just decide to throw them in the river. Well, if you don't bury the bodies according to the Catholic faith, then you couldn't go to heaven. So instead, the Pope actually blesses the river, they throw the bodies in the river, and then the bodies actually start clogging up because they get stuck under the bridges at the river.
Hey, what happened to all the water? There's something blocking it. Yeah, come on.
The Black Death will become so bad, so horrible, that many people will start to say that it's actually a punishment from God himself. So what you have is a weird fringe group that starts up of Christianity called the Flagellants. And pretty much what they believe is, we'll punish ourselves first so God doesn't have to do it with the plague. And you would see these people walking around the city and they'd be hitting themselves with whips or sticks, cutting themselves, and it's all in this weird way of, look, God, I've already hurt myself, so you don't need to send the plague over here.
Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem. Pie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
They also try and figure out, why does the Black Plague strike? So what is the Catholic response, the typical Catholic response at this time? Witches. So you have lots of witch trials and crazy stuff happens there.
Okay, here's how the process works. You sit on the broom and we shove you off the cliff.
What?
Well, hear me out. If you're innocent, you will fall to an honorable Christian death. If, however, you are the bride of Satan, you will surely fly your broom to safety. At that point, you will report back here for torture and beheading.
Tough, but fair.
Stop! Doesn't the Bible say, judge not lest ye be judged?
The Bible says a lot of things. Shove her!
Brothers and sisters, we have performed the Lord's work.
Now, while the Black Death is infecting Europe, Africa, and Asia for about 100-something years, there's about a main 10-year time period where it's in full swing, like we've just described. In that 10-year time period, it is believed half of the human population on planet Earth dies.
Conan the Librarian.
I'm sorry, these books are a little overdue.
Conan the Librarian.
Because of so many people dying, the idea of feudalism and that manor-based system of serfs working on land kind of goes out the door. The middle class starts to boom because there's so little people to work, they start getting paid more and they can afford their own land. And with that decrease in population and the start of the middle class, you actually have the end of feudalism. That's the end of the knights. That's the end of all of that system.
So this get up here is slowly going to disappear, and it's not coming back again. Which is good, because this stuff is heavy and freezing cold at the same time.
It didn't do anything for the disease anyway.
I look cool, though.
Oh. Who threw that? I want the man who threw that. Find who did that and bring him to me. Hold on! No, just kill them! Kill them all!
On top of that, now that people no longer find knights in the royal family as the end-all for authority, they're also beginning to question the church authorities too. Pretty much saying, look, you said if we prayed, the disease would go away. You said if we beat ourselves, the disease will go away. None of that happened, and what's more, even popes, bishops, and priests were dying off. So how holy and special of a class are you in the royal families? And this is going to lead to a lot of distrust, which will have impacts later on in human history.
Oh, magic conch shell, what do we need to do to get out of the kelp forest?
Nothing.
The shell has spoken.
Nothing. We can't just sit here and do nothing.